here with more Space Engineers, and we're just kind of hanging out in the med bay here. Alright, so we've gotten a bit done, just a wee bit. Let's head out here and I'll walk you through what we've gotten pretty much up and running at this point. As you can tell, the batteries are pretty much fully charged. All of the reactors are now online, but I've only got the original 4, the two for port, 2 for starboard running, basically just to keep the batteries topped off. So one of the things that we've done is we've gone ahead and put in charging stations. So if you have extra ships, you can have them locked in on the magnetic pad, and or have them connected via connector to charge. Now those connectors are not wired into anything other than power, so you're not going to be able to pull supplies off of them. It is just to keep your batteries topped up. Now the ones down here on the bottom are actually piped into the large, well in this case medium conveyor network, so it can actually pass any materials into the network itself. So if you're using, because we have the 2 bulbs on board, if you have those set up, you actually be able to use those to do building and repairs. So, okay, now we still haven't gotten the superconductors in on these guys. We need to get a lot more material for that. I think gold I need to get. I don't remember. I have to take a look. Now, for the nacelles, we've gotten them in. I still need to get the detailing done on them and get them welded up. Obviously, I've had Bob working on and off for a while on these. I've gone ahead and welded up the, I don't know what you want to call those, I guess the vents, just so you can actually get an idea what they're going to look like. And well, now you can actually see what they look like when we've got them a little bit further along. I think they'll look a little bit better. The problem is that we have a lot of armor that we haven't tied into the system yet, and I think that that's going to, I don't want to say cause problems, but it's going to make it difficult to get things tweaked until we actually have the at least the first layer of armor in. Now on the nacelles over here, as you can see, I've got the thrusters in, but I don't have a whole lot else in here, and I don't have the vertical descent thrusters in on this nacelle, but I have them over on the other side, and that's what we're going to actually work on today. I started playing around with it and realized that the forward portion of the nacelle is actually 1 block too wide. I've already adjusted the one on the other side, but this one still needs to be adjusted. So let's go ahead and take this out really quick. Now it's not actually a problem unless you're trying to get things to line up. Trying to get stuff to line up caused me nothing but headaches, and I was just like, what is going on? And I'll show you why here in a second. We'll throw you in there for now, and you can go in there. There you go. Okay. So what happened is, on this side, basically this is the old center line for the ship. If this is an odd number, which it is now. So this is the center line of it. Now, when you got to here, because of the fact that this was an extra block out, that meant the center line back here was this double wide block. So it was throwing off the numbers just a wee bit. So now if we go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. And so now this is our actual center line. split over those two blocks. Alright, so the reason why this is an issue is because of these guys. I was trying to keep them fairly even on both sides, and I was playing around with, like, if I went with them turn 90 degrees so that the vent, the long side of the vent, was running forward to aft, or if I was going to have the long vent running port to starboard. So with the direction that they are, or with the way that things were sized, you know, I was trying to figure out why it wasn't working out the way I wanted it to work out, and it was because, well, the forward portion of the nacelle was one block wider than the aft portion. So we fixed that, and now I need to figure out which way I want to go with the thrusters, because part of the difficulty that I'm running into is that most of our thrusters are set horizontal, and then aft they are set vertical. And so what I'm thinking is I'm going to set these so that the long side of the thruster is running forward to aft. Maybe. And see, that's the problem is I'm like, So we're going to end up with 10 of these to a side. And I'm thinking I want 5 blocks in between each. And then we can have 4 blocks spacing for starboard to port. So that means these guys will probably move forward 1. Those will stay where they are. These will rotate 90 degrees and then move back towards aft an additional 4 blocks. And then these guys will be completely removed and will be 5 blocks past the previous set. And then we'll have one more set, another 5 blocks back. So let's go ahead and actually, how much? Should have enough. Okay, so if we go like that, flip that up, and then we said 5 blocks. So 2, 5, and then we have our thruster there. That's 4, 5. That line should, you guys should line up, yes? Yep. Okay. I always have to check. For some reason, I have the worst time with that working out quite the way I want it to. Alright. And so then that gives us our 4 space, right? Okay. So it's 1, 2, 3. One past, yeah. And that's basically just giving us where we need to go, or giving us just enough room to be able to get in. Okay. And we'll cut all of that out eventually. Come on. Which is fine. There we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That should put us in line. And 2, 3, 4, 5. And in line, right? So that's 2, 3, 4. And we'll be able to bring that back as well. There you go. Let's see how that looks. Yeah, I'm liking that. I like having them evenly dispersed and distributed down the line because of the fact that if we take incoming fire, like something gets through the shield and then gets through the armor, you're not losing an entire cluster of your thrusters. Now that is something that we have to worry about on the laterals.
Energy low.
But hopefully we'll have a ship that's able to deal with that. So get some stuff out of our inventory here. And alright, so how many? That's 1 there, right? So we're gonna say that's 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Flip that. 5. Grab that, and then that. And then what we're going to do is we're going to tie these together. We're going to run down the line here. Now this does a couple of different things. Most importantly, if something separates, it just gives us another point of contact, which is very important if you don't want to have pieces of your ship floating away after you take a little bit of incoming fire. Of course, the fact of taking incoming fire is kind of a problem to begin with, but you know. So okay, that should give us our 10, yes. And that one's actually tied in, so I need to get those thrusters tied into the rest of the grouping. And yes, I know I'm running low on power. So we're going to go ahead and grab this. Save that to the group. There you go. And they should all be off, yes? Yes, okay. And then what we'll do is we'll replicate that in this nacelle. And then we'll start getting everything closed in. And we can, once we have everything closed in, then we can actually start doing our detail pass. And that's what I'm going to be working on this week, is trying to get the armor.
No energy.
Trying to get the armor done so that we can get this thing out of here. Let's heal up really quick. There we go. Alright, so I did take it out for a quick just test flight when I was getting some of the thrusters in, because now we have all of our lateral thrusters. So we actually have, what's that, 9, so 18 lateral on both port and starboard for a total of 36. And then when we are done with the ascent descent thrusters, we're going to have 20 ascent and 20 descent, 10 per nacelle, upper and lower. So that'll give us 20 total on the face. And then our primary propulsion obviously we have a ridiculous amount of them. That's 32 primary propulsion. Right now for braking thrust we're only at 8, but I'm thinking we're going to get that up to at least 12, if not more. So one of the things I'm going to do between now and Friday is get these mandibles beefed up a little bit. So I may actually make them, I don't know if I'm going to make them longer, but I'm definitely going to make them a little bit wider. Just so that we can have at least, like I said, I want to have at least 12 thrusters for braking thrust. But I don't know if we're going to be able to take it past that. Now I am tempted, and I've been trying to figure out if I can make this work. Where I will have, let's go ahead and get out of here. So let me show you really quick. So what I'm thinking is that since we have the air scoop vent things here, I'm actually thinking of having something where we go, like have, I don't know, so on. We've got them vertical on the front. So maybe something like that, because that'll give us 12 on the front plus another 6 for 18 for braking thrust, and we'll be able to actually have I don't know, say have something like where this is partially covered and it comes back, it slopes down to tie it together into the armor, because I mean the armor is going to be 2 blocks tall anyway, so we're going to end up with an armor layer there, which the more I think about it, the more I'm kind of liking this idea actually. So we would end up with, say, armor at least to there. And then it'll tie in like this. And then what we can do is have, I don't know, like maybe do something like this. And then have it fold down. We could even have it like that. So we could do something like this, so that maybe we can make it look like it's a pop-up, or just fold it into the overall system. Kind of like that. I may move those over because, well, because I mean we're gonna have armor's going to come out to here. So just to get an idea. One block too far. There we go. Yeah, I'm liking that actually. And then we'll have the armor system. However, we're going to tie all of this in. Like I said, the beefing up the nacelles is going to be, I'm not going to say a pain, but it's definitely going to be annoying. Did I bring that up? I may have brought that up too far. Let's see, because all of this is going to be armor. All right. Yep, too far. Honestly, that actually I think works a little bit better. Alright, so then this is going to come back. And at some point we're going to need to figure out where are we putting defense systems, like turrets and such. Because the ship will definitely have them on it. So that gets us... And then basically that's going to continue all the way into here. These end up being thin walls, which is fine. This is effectively going to come out to there and then carry forward all the way out to here. Yeah, okay. And because of the fact of the way we're putting this together, if you've noticed, we've got this giant open area here. That's somewhat intentional, because, like I was saying, with what we've got for the way that we've got these thrusters set up, we do that on both sides. That leaves us with an area up here that we can either put in some kind of observation area, because you notice we still have all of this in. So I could actually have that be a stair set down into the lower area. Show here. Because we have this area that we still haven't really decided what we're going to do with it. I know we were talking about having, you know, like security with some lockers or something in here, but I'm not sure that's the route we're going to go. Did I put 2 bulbs in? I did. So we've got 4 bulbs on this. Okay. Let me check that to make sure. Build. Okay, so yeah, we've got 4, because I think I've got 2 set up for primary mining and 2 set up for primary building. Okay, so that's basically what we've got going on. I don't know if you've noticed, but the ship is completely pressurized now and airtight. Come back here, because we've got that closed off. Those will eventually be welded up in there. We still haven't gotten all of the walls welded, and we've just got this temporarily patched. So what I'm thinking I'm going to do is end up putting in an airlock here, just so that I can get in and out without having to go through everything. But it also will allow us to have an area on the aft portion for like a landing, an exposed landing pad area. And I think that's what we're going to end up using that backspace for. So let's head down here. I'll check everything, make sure we're all good. Everything looks good. Plenty of power time. We actually have the 2 new generator rooms we can control from back here. So this is a toggle that'll turn our starboard reactors on and off, and then the other one will turn on and off the port reactors. And I think everything else is pretty much the same at this point. Still not sure what we're going to do about building an exit out of here. I do think that I'm going to move this over to here. Oh, it's over to this side. Like I said before, I kind of want to have it set up so that people getting in and out of the ship have cover, but having that be an entrance off to the other side makes it faster to get in and out when you're actually trying to get someplace. So it's just going to come down to which way it works best. But like I said, because of the fact that this isn't supposed to be a primary combat ship, I think having it exit where you come out and have this be the path, I think makes sense. So let me know what you think. Put your comments down in the comment section. But that, I think, is going to do it for us today. I have a bunch more stuff to get done. Like I said, I need to replicate our upper vertical thrusters on this side onto the port nacelle. And then we'll start framing in the rest of the armor, the normal armor. So when we come back on Wednesday, I should have the outer skin in place. If not welded, Bob will probably be working on welding it. So anyway, on that note, I think we're going to get out of here. I want to thank you all for stopping in. Hopefully you enjoyed it. If you did, you know the routine. Oh. Anyway, yeah, so I'm thinking what we'll probably do is we'll probably end up angling some of this. Maybe do a 2x1 rise starting from one block up. So we'll basically end up with, let's see, that'll be